beyond what we are seeing today. And Nigerians in 2015 felt that they needed change. And there was a merger of about 5 political parties that, merged together to ensure that they chase PDP out of the government. And that was not actually far from the fact that there were challenges. And Nigerians needed a better governance, better representation, and better democracy more than what they were having in PDP's days. And of course, nobody was happy, nobody was very okay with the way things were moving. There were lots of insecurity, the economy was not doing well. And I can tell you that all those things that were challenges during PDP's era, Nigerians had every reason, like I said, to change the party and to change the people steering the affairs of their government. And I can tell you, Mr. Toyin, chasing PDP out is a blessing to Nigerians. I'm a member of the PDP, and I'm telling you this. Because without Nigerians, sending PDP packing, without Nigerians sending PDP out, they will not have this experience of what the APC government is giving us today. Because whoever experienced the tenures of PDP in government will tell you that you can't even compare it with what we are seeing today. Because PDP run a government with listening ears. PDP run a government taking each and every, stakeholder of the nation along. PDP consider the cries of the people and the cries of the masses. But
it's not happening now.
Oh, no, nothing. Nothing is happening similar to what happened in the PDP in terms of ensuring the principles of democracy, ensured, in terms of giving stake to the stakeholders of the nation. So we had our days, and it's good, it's important that Nigerians changed PDP so that we can see what other people or other parties can give us.
You're making comparisons now.
Of course, yes. Because, like I said, Mr. Toyin, nobody was happy with what was happening then during the PDP, because we needed better than what we had. And to tell you the truth, after the merger of the 2015 that brought Buhari's government, which served for 8 years, and we all saw how the nation was governed under Buhari. It was a government that was dominated by so many challenges also. So the challenges of the PDP, or the challenges between 2019 to 2015, were not particular to PDP as a political party alone. Buhari, when he emerged as a president in 2015, he met those challenges, and some even escalated beyond the level of beyond the level we saw during the PDP's era. And likewise, Tinubu took over in 2023. And what are we seeing? The economy is in total shambles. The insecurity is almost everywhere, even in some states that we are not experiencing insecurity during PDP era. But we are seeing it now. And what are we seeing in terms of our democracy, and in terms of running the government itself, in terms of our institutions? First ever in the history of this nation, we are having it that a government is running 3 concurrent budgets in Nigeria. We have never had this thing before. So that is to tell you that leadership is not all about which political party is in place, but who are the captains of the government, who are running the government, Because when you take PDP, for instance, President Olusegun Obasanjo was in power between 2019 to 1999 to 2007, and we all witnessed what he did during his time. And President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua was there for 2 years, and we witnessed the transformation he started to bring, but life cut it short. And eventually, Goodluck Jonathan took over. So all these three leaders that served under PDP, they were not like having the same approach to governance. They were not having the same vision. And even the way the institutions operate under them, were quite different. So what matters is the people, not the political party in place.
There's a trend going on now, and the trend is that 31 governors, all behind the APC now, of course, an APC government, 31 of them. And of course, people are just jumping ship in the middle of the ocean. And some say the ocean is, as it is now, shark infested, but people don't mind the joint. I'm asking you this question because it could just be said to be personal. Your principal, if it's or was of the PDP.
Yes.
Kaduna Central Senatorial District, everybody knew him, Senator La.
Yes.
He's moved to the ADC now,
Yeah.
as it is. And you are still behind. Because we saw the governor saying that I'm moving to the APC and my cabinet would also move with me. And most states, what we saw was that they moved with their captain or their principal. Of course, like in Kano, we knew that that was, a commissioner faced that crisis, that he was not going to move with the governor of the day. He suffered that. You're staying behind. And one is asking the question, what went wrong? Are you not with the vision of your principal, or that you are a black sheep?
No, Mr. Toyin, my staying in the PDP is based on principle and conviction.
You are not going with the principle of your principal?
No, anybody who is pursuing a political dream, what I mean by a political dream is that anybody contesting for an election needs to have concentration, undivided attention. We know PDP has been undergoing or was passing through a lot of court cases, numerous litigations, and judicial challenges from its members and from some who intentionally decided to create problem for the party. And for anybody who is aspiring to contest for an election, needs to have a platform that is not facing all such kind of litigations, so that he can concentrate and focus on campaign, and other things that matters. Because when you are going into an election with a divided attention, without knowing what the outcome of the pending legal issues will be, I am sure no one will, take the risk of doing that. And, Mr. Toyin, we all have this common and agreed, I can say, yes, we have a common and agreed vision of chasing this particular government out of power. And it's not necessarily that we must register with a particular political party before we achieve doing that. In election or in democracy or in a party politics, Mr. Toyin, we have mergers of political party. Apart from merger, we have coalition of political parties, and we also have what we call alliances, like what we had in Oyo, in Ibadan, with other opposition parties. We all agreed that in 2027, all political parties will come together and ensure that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government and the ruling APC is booted out of power, because we have witnessed what is happening between 2023 to date, and the story is not good for Nigerians. So we all have this obligation to ensure that we come together and vote for a person that will give us a direction for the country. And we can achieve doing that without actually registering under a particular political party. Because the problem with the PDP today is not a natural problem created by its own, genuine numbers. It's a problem that is created by the ruling party using the hands of some aggrieved or frustrated members of the party who have decided not to continue to stay with the party. So if the ruling party will be able to manipulate and have their own ways by using some institutions of government to make sure that PDP is what it is today, so no political party is spared. Because if government achieved destroying PDP or putting PDP into comatose today, paralyzing the party and bringing it to what it is today, so no other opposition party will be spared.
Soon after the Ibadan meeting, and Sheyi Makinde, governor of Oyo State, really, put out what you're saying now, that let's come with one figure, and rally around him, to face the ruling party. But soon after that, the parties again separated. Then we had the NDC, and we had others coming out. So, is what played out during the, in 2015, could we see it playing out again come 2027? Because again, divided votes for divided parties or different parties could, make it not work for the strong opposition that we may see.
Well, Mr. Toyin, opposition parties cannot consolidate in one place, using the same strategy adopted previously and think that they are going to have a different result. Because knowing the fact that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his party, they are all out, ready to do anything to ensure that they remain in power. So they cannot sit back, relax, and look at the opposition parties, having a free day without challenges, without putting viruses in them. So it's a great risk for the opposition parties to put all their eggs in one basket. I'm assuring you, for any positive thinker will know that before the 2027 general election, if we can still go by the pact signed at Ibadan and the agreement reached, all these political parties will come together and consolidate. Because if they have decided, as we speak now, to merge in one place, the government will have a direction. They will know where to strike, because all the opposition gathered in one place. So their attention and focus, their strategy, their mercenaries and what have you, will be directed to one place. But now that the opposition are in so many baskets, like you have said, so the government will have a divided focus.
Are you worried that the opposition is being infiltrated by men, of men and women of, the opposition party? That's saying about, what has been carried out or what's been talked about, that Tinubu has his, all that, those that are in the opposition today could just be said to be members, working for the ruling party. Are you worried about that in terms of saying that there are moves?
Not only that, Mr. Toyin, but it's actually a great concern. But the concern is not only on that alone. If it were just infiltrated, the parties are infiltrated by moles sent from the ruling party to destroy the opposition, it will have been even a very mild issue. But the problem is using the institutions of government to harass, to coerce, to intimidate, and to manipulate the opposition.
Where has that been played out?
Of course, in so many places. Now, some opposition leaders, have been threatened by institutions of government, which is not supposed to be so. Some are even political prisoners as we speak. And we all know the reason behind that. For the fear of the unknown, if these people are running on the streets.
Are we being emotional about some of these happenings?
No, it's not being emotional. This is a statement of fact. Because
the law must take its course. We all do know that.
Of course, exactly. Yes. But it is known that some people, by the fact that they are in opposition and the government is jittery about them being in the opposition, they are sure that if these people are allowed to go free, during this era of
You want to be
election.
specific, Sir Jalal Falal.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, would like you to be specific about, these allegations that you're coming up
For
with.
example, every Nigerian, even non-Nigerians, know that Nasiru El-Rufai, for instance, he's a figure and in the forefront of the opposition. And in fact, Nasiru El-Rufai is the person who kick-started the 2027 election even before the time. When Nasiru El-Rufai did not pass his screening, during the Senate screening when he was nominated by the president, that was when the election of 2027 started, And the ruling party knows what the former governor of Kaduna State can do or can offer in terms of politics, in terms of strategy, in terms of mobilization, and what have you.
Because allegations
they
have come about.
Yes, they have benefited. They have benefited from all this kind of contributions from him. And knowing the fact that he is now in the opposition and allowing him, to go free through this period, up to the election period, it will be a great danger for the governing party because they are sure of the outcome of it. Because he is somebody who is, determined. He is somebody who knows the inside out of the ruling party. So he has a lot to contribute in making sure that the government of the day is out of place.
For all the allegations about him, it should be looked away. The government should look away from that, or whatever institutions are out, are really probing into this. It should not be taken, seriously.
No, Mr. Toyin, nobody is saying that.
So
due process has to be maintained. The
It's not being maintained.
rule of, the rule of law should be enshrined, But if the government is biased, in its, in handling this issue, it will be obvious. Everyone will see, everyone will know that this is a politically motivated, trial. So in this case, whatever that the government is doing, Nigerians are seeing. This allegation that you are talking about, nobody is saying that Nasiru El-Rufai should not be tried, or all these opposition leaders, not only Nasiru El-Rufai per se, but we are just citing him as an example. Nobody is saying that he should not be tried, But when trying somebody, there should be due process in that trial. Rule of law should be ensured, but not to use his political difference to incarcerate him and to keep him, away from the political scene, so that at the end of the day, you will have a free ride, without facing more challenges from the opposition leaders.
The opposition could, the ruling party could also see that as strategizing, towards 2027. You don't look at it that way?
There is difference between strategy and manipulation, Mr. Toyin. Yes.
For you, it's manipulation.
It's manipulation because strategy is allowed in politics. But by using institutions of government, by using certain, instruments of government that are not supposed to be partisan, that are not supposed to be politically manipulated to achieve your own political goals, that one is manipulation, is not a strategy. But by going through, decent, allowed, formal processes in pursuing what you want to achieve at the end of the day, that one is allowed in politics. Mr. Toyin, a lot of people are taking this issue lightly. We all know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a dogged politician. He knows all the nook and crannies within the political cycle. He was a senator. He's a former governor. So he knows how to, play all these tricks in order at the end of the day to get all that he wants to achieve. You have said it that about 31 governors are now with the ruling party. And like I said, the president of today, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he was a governor. And he knows the power of governors. He knows how to use them to get what he wants at the end of the day. He was a senator. He knew how to go through so many ways, using the National Assembly, particularly the Senate, to achieve what he wants to achieve at the end of the day. So all these things, Nigerians should not take them for granted, because we have never had it in Nigeria before this time that the governors are getting humongous allocations from the federal government. We all know it's as a result of the subsidy removal and what have you. And the governors are not doing anything to write home about with all these humongous allocations.
Really?
Subvention.
Really?
Of course, yes, it's all over. What is happening? Because the allocations have tripled, but we are not seeing the result commensurate to what they are receiving.
Would you rather not see it state by state? I mean, because some states are up there, well, some just, tagging along or tagging behind. And so when you talk about government and the people, for some states, it's a different story. We could make mention of
whenever an issue is being generalized, we are talking about the majority. But let's be specific. Let's take Kaduna State, for example. The allocation from the federal government has tripled, but what are we seeing on ground that is commensurate to what the government of Kaduna State is receiving? That is one. And two, there was a time when the Supreme Court allowed the local government to be receiving their subvention directly from the federation account. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as president, pushed that, and he got the judgment. But up to this moment, the allocations are not coming to the local government accounts.
The state government has come to deny that. It's not what you're saying.
No.
That allocation goes to the local government. The state has come out on that. That's what I'm saying.
You see, denial on issues that are, glaring, that are happening, that are visible, is not new for this government.
And of course, what the opposition says too are not new, because one would not expect opposition to maybe go along with the ruling government.
Then Nigerians can justify with what they are seeing on ground, because they are the judges here. So if the opposition is saying one thing and the ruling party is saying another thing, then the people should judge. The people should tell what actually is happening. So the point I was trying to make, Mr. Toyin, so all these manipulations I was talking about, the president, at the end of the day, will use the governors. We have seen his decision during their own party primaries.
I was going to come to that.
Yes, by allowing the governors to have their own way in nominating the candidates. All these things are deliberate, because he wants to give them a free hand to nominate their own favorite, so that at the end of the day, all what he wants to achieve is for him to return to power.
I talked about strategizing. And is that not strategizing too?
That one, no.
Or manipulation, as you'd want to put it?
Of course it's manipulation. Mr. Toyin, there are 5 ways of fielding candidates for an election in a political party. One is through direct primaries, where members at the general meeting or the general assembly of the members of the party will come out and elect those that they want to carry the flag of their party at the general election. And two, there is consensus, which is general agreement of the aspirant to agree and allow one person to carry the flag of the party. And of course, there is adoption. Adoption means that in a situation where a political party has only one aspirant, that particular aspirant has to be adopted, agreed by the members of the party. And we all know the delegate system, where parties will come out, members of the party at the ward level will come out and elect those who they want to be delegates in electing those who will carry the flag of the party. And apart from that, there is executive formula, which is the ESCO formula of, appointing or electing candidates for a political party. These are the 5 ways, but it's deliberate. Now, in the Electoral Act, the 2026 Electoral Act, as amended, allowed the parties to nominate their candidates through direct primaries, and what? And consensus. Where direct primaries will not work or where consensus will not work, the parties can, decide to go for direct primary. But we all know that in this system we are operating, there is no way, Mr. Toyin, Nigerians or political parties in Nigeria can have a free direct primary election in this country. There is no way. Because our political orientation, our political exposure will not allow that. If there will be a free and fair direct primary at the grassroots, a lot of things will happen. We know how politicians, go out of their way to get what they want. They can cause crises, to cause harm to the people because of their interests. So that is to say, the governing party, knowing that they have the instrument of government at their disposal, they are at advantage of ensuring that negotiation among their members through consensus is achieved. Because any aggrieved member, who is not happy with the way consensus happened, the government have so many ways to, settle him and cause sanity among the aspirant.
Okay, quickly, Sir Jalal. We'll still be on this program, but getting signals that I must go for commercials now. We'll come back after this commercial break.
100 seconds of pure entertainment from the Crocodile City. Invicta 98.9 FM.
Mama ne masu kyau sun sani, Detol na tsaro kowace rana. Idan aka fito waje, neman arziki fa, kasuwanci kuma fa, yara na wasa a taɓo, amma ban damu ba. Wani 12 na tsaro kowace rana.
Da amfani koyaushe, Detol yana da sinadarin tsaro na tsawon awanni 12. Detol, tsare iyalanku daga ƙwayoyin cututtuka sama da 100 domin su zauna cikin ƙoshin lafiya.
Detol, be 100% sure. Abunda nake tunani abubuwa za su canja. Hero ta yana gaban ka. Hero ta mashin yana da kyau. Hero ta mashin baya sa kashe kudi. Baya shan mai. Hero ta mashin yana da gudu sosai. Hero ta mashin.
Samu damar ƙara tattala manka tare da adana kuɗaɗenka tare da sabbin nau'ikan Hero Hunter Kickstart Alloy da aka sabunta. Yanzu ana samun su a gurin dillalai mafi kusa da ku. Ƙarin tazarar tafiya, sauƙin kashe kuɗi. Domin ƙarin bayani sai a tuntuɓi 0800 0800 0800.
I found something inside my Nescafe Original 3-in-1 pack the other day. A unique code printed inside.
Yes, so every pack of Nescafe Original 3-in-1 now comes with a code inside in the Nescafe Next Level promo. Just text the code to *7022# and you could win 500,000 naira cash, business tools, and training. Up to 1 million naira in prizes to be won. Promo runs until June 30th, 2026. T's and C's apply. Nescafe. Make your world.
Good health is one of life's greatest blessings, and this season, help is coming closer to you. The Redeemed Christian Church of God, Hallelujah Assembly, in collaboration with Alheri Less Privileged Destiny Remolding Center, ALDA Center, warmly invites the general public to a free medical outreach, a special opportunity created to care for lives, promote healthy living, and bring hope to families and communities. This free health screening will include malaria testing, high blood pressure checks, blood sugar level tests, eye checkups, general medical consultation, and prostate screening. Because your health matters, and early detection can save lives. Date, Sunday, 31st May 2026. Time, 8 a.m. Venue, RCCG, Hallelujah Assembly, number 6, John Outer Street, Pipeline, Bayandutse, Narai, Kaduna. The outreach is open to everyone, young or old, man or woman. Come and receive free medical attention from caring professionals. Remember, health is wealth. So come along with your family and friends, because together we can save lives and build a healthier community. RCCG, Hallelujah Assembly, and Alda Center, caring for life, promoting health for all.
Yi nishaɗin ɗanɗano mai arziki da daɗi na Cremella Crema, cikakke don babban ɗanɗano a shayi, koko, kofi da sauran zaɓin abinci.
Daɗi da ɗanɗano tare da Cremella.
Ƙara ɗanɗano da Cremella.
Oh yeah now, time to run your money correct. Download Bill Station for iPhone and Android, no dolly, no. Or waka go to billstation.com, sharp. Bills, transfer, everything day one place.
Make you get rewarded instanta when you use the referral code BISAN. When you download the Bill Station app, make you enjoy exclusive bonuses plus cash prizes wey fit reach up to 5K. No dolling, make you download now.
Bill Station, money no go stress you again.
My friend, time na money.
Hey, boss don't fool me. Music they jam. Person they holler for change, but driver no send because that change got sweet. He gets one important corner key. Your hair don't almost ready. Now him baba stop work because your hair feel wait. Go one enter for inside last minute.
Yes, sir. Everything fit wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026 don't show from June 11 to July 19. Catch all 104 matches plus pigeon commentary on top 4 correct channels. Demo. Touchlight the FIFA World Cup live on Super Sport from as low as 5,800 naira per month on GoTV. GoTV. Love it.
A koda yaushe yara na suna kokarin koyon karatu. Guje-guje cikin wasa na rage musu kuzari. Yasa kullum bana rabuwa da Milo a gida.
Ni da mai gidana mun dace da zaɓi mai kyau.
Ina godiya da farin ciki kasancewar Milo an yi shi daga sinadari masu inganci kamar su dawa, madara da koko. Shi yasa na tabbatar da yadda yake inganta lafiyar yarana tare da basu kuzari da safe.
Even in Nigeria, that hot pounded yam and soup can't wait because a penalty is about to be taken. Deadlines, emails, and presentations can't wait. Even if the match goes into extra time, we are watching. Sleep can't wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026 starts June 11th to July 19th. All 104 games, pigeon commentary, and 4 dedicated channels. Yes, everything can wait. Enjoy the FIFA World Cup live on SuperSport for as low as 6,000 naira per month. Only on DSTV.
Megida, zo ka ji yadda jaririn ke motsi a cikina.
Inji? Lallai da alama wannan na da ƙarfi sosai.
Mana, da wa kake gani zai yi kama?
Da ni mana.
A'a, da ni wannan zai yi kama.
To wanda zai zo bayan wannan zai yi kama da ke.
Tabɗi, to har yaushe zan jira wancan ya zo?
Kamar shekara 2 haka.
Kaga a lokacin na samu ƙwarin jiki.
Tattaunawa tsakanin ma'aurata yana da muhimmanci. Mu tattauna.
Mama, sai kin gan yadda na wanke ban ɗakin nan. Yawon ku sosai fa.
Tabbas. Zai iya wankuwa sosai a ido, amma idan ba da hypo toilet cleaner kika yi amfani ba wajen kariya, to ban ɗaki cike yake da ƙwayoyin cuta baja-baja.
Haka ne, gara ku yarje wa ƙwayoyin cuta, ku kare ban ɗakin ku kullum da hypo toilet cleaner.
Jolly Johnny akan titi ke magana. A yau za mu ga kyakkyawar sani da mutane suka yi wa Maggi Chicken Flavor. Na gaba karanto harufan celery.
SEALARRIE celery.
Haba mutumina, ka ce kawai ka sauya harufan zuwa salary. To ga damar karshe karanto mana harufan turmeric.
TURMERIC. Turmeric.
Kin yi daidai ga kwali ɗaya na Maggi Chicken Flavor ki ɗauka.
Maggi Chicken Flavor tare da albasa, celery da kuma turmeric mai canza wasa na.
Enriched with extracts, oils, and moisturizing glycerin. Choose the lotion that gets you.
Oh, yeah, choose your own. Make your skin in the show. Vaseline lotions for you.
Invicta 98.9 FM.
Welcome back. So the program Perspectives this morning, and we're looking at developing stories in Nigeria. And my guest this morning, Jalal FALAL, a youth activist, a public affairs analyst, and a strong member from the youth wing of the PDP, putting his thoughts on developing stories in Nigeria. Jalal, again, we'll talk about this arrangement of the parties. Atiku, and then, of course, Amici and Hayatuddin in the ADC, and going to the other party now. That's the Peter Obi party now, the NDC. Yes. We have Peter Obi and we have Rabi Musa Kwankwaso. And this arrangement, the polls are divided here. And other parties that come, Sheyi Makinde, and of course we also know that they've gone to have their own parties too. So all of these fragmentations of the opposition and how strong they will be for these two people, because Atiku has shown it over the years that he's not ready. His ambition is to be president of Nigeria, and he has always worked towards it. But again, people talk about maybe giving way or giving room to, ones that are strong. He's been advised to, step down on it. But again, he wants to go all out. This arrangement and how you think it can really do the magic of taking out the ruling party.
Well, Mr. Toyin, we all know that it's a democratic right for Atiku to run for presidency.
Yes, yes.
No matter the number of times, it's his democratic right. It's up to the political parties to either decide to fill him in as their candidate, and it's up to Nigerians to decide if they really want him to be their president. And to be very, very honest, Mr. Toyin, we need serious, not only serious, but big opposition members, strong opposition members who have the strength, the capacity, the widespread, the structure similar to that of Atiku Abubakar before we begin to, accuse him of consistently contesting for the presidency. Because whenever we feel that the government that we have in place is not giving us what we actually want, we need somebody who will come and, contest shoulder to shoulder with the government in place. Because contesting for an election, especially in a country like Nigeria, is not a small task. It's a very, very big task. Even if the masses or the citizens are not happy with the way, the government is treating the country, or the government is running the affairs of the nation, it actually takes a very, very, formidable team headed by a strong opposition leader who will, at the end of the day, pilot the affairs of the opposition.
And Atiku has it, right?
We all know that Atiku has it. That is the truth. But when it comes to, looking at the situation on ground, in 2015, we all know that Buhari was the strongest opposition leader. Not only by mere saying, it happened practically. All the aspirants at Teslim Balogun Stadium, where the national convention took place in 2014, they knew that the only person they could field in, to match Goodluck Jonathan as the president was General Muhammadu Buhari. And they knew that, Some of them stepped down for him. Some of the aspirants stepped down for him, knowing the fact that yes, he was the person that could give them a very good run for their money, and it happened. So likewise now, we need somebody who will match with the sitting government, and that is reality, practically what is happening.
Peter Obi does not want to play second fiddle to Atiku or to any other party. He wants to go all out, all the way, the hog, with his ambition of, being the president of the country. Is that not a dent, or could now not create a hole in, the aspiration of opposition to take out this ruling party?
Mr. Toyin, among all the aspirants of the presidency, it's only Atiku Abubakar that cannot run as vice president, a running mate. So that is why each and every one of the aspirants is a potential running mate to a flag bearer, except Atiku Abubakar. And we are just trying to be sincere. Whether Atiku, is the most suitable candidate to fill it, that is not what we are discussing at the moment. But we are just looking at the situation on ground, the practical aspect of it. So going like this with a divided opposition, initially I told you that I am being positive in my thoughts that despite all these divisions that we have now, it could serve as a strategy based on what we have on ground as a result of the Ibadan parts of the opposition parties, So if at the end of the day, Nigerians, particularly the aspirants, see it as a wisdom to come together and agree to respect the agreement of Ibadan, they can support any of the candidate from the opposition, not necessarily the ADC. At the end of the day, they may decide to support a candidate from either NDC or the APM, where Sheyi Makinde is running. If at all there will be gentlemen and respect the agreement, that will give us a very, very fruitful outcome. Because this is a general consensus of the opposition leaders, right? And at the end of the day, they cannot achieve doing that alone. Even if they have a sole candidate to present as the opposition candidate, Nigerians have to come together and support that particular candidate in order for him to succeed and beat the current government. We know all what happened during the President Buhari's campaign. President Buhari was decorated, costumed by so many people, was campaigned by a lot of people to ensure that he succeed. So going into an election like this is not a one-man job. It requires a collective effort, of each and every concerned Nigerian who feels that what he is seeing and what he is having from the government is not what he is expecting. So this is a collective responsibility regardless of the party. Because if things are moving, very okay, Nigerians are not concerned, or Nigerians will not be concerned of who governs the country, from which political party he is from.
Something is happening, Jalal, and that's about the North. The North has always come out as a bloc, and it has the swing states, so to say, to put anybody there in power. And that's because that's what we know as the monolithic North.
Yes.
That is not there again. And people are saying that that may also be a concern because numbers make elections, and the North has the numbers.
Yeah.
But it is not the North that we once knew that this time around could the problem of the North, and talking about the North Central, the middle belt as it is, that it cannot, garner or gather all of these numbers again. Could that be a problem of how the pendulum will swing come 2027?
Well, the North, like you have said, used to be the vote bank of the country. And I will tell you that still the North is the vote bank of Nigeria. And talking about a consolidated vote coming out from the North, you see a lot of things happened between 2023 to now, to this date, and a lot of things will continue to happen up to the period of election. The ruling party, particularly the presidency, and especially the president, studied the terrain and the politics of Nigeria generally, and he knows what the North is up to. So allowing things to move the way they used to go it will not like give him a very positive result. So there are so many things being played around by the government to ensure that they will not always bring that bulk vote during election will not happen anymore. And this is as a result of so many things, Mr. Toyin. You know, for the first time in the history of Nigeria, we have witnessed as a political trick or political gimmick of Muslim ticket. And we have seen what happened during the election. The party used that in order to, you know, garner a lot of votes, and it was successful. But now that particular method has been exhausted. So it is no longer a strategy for any political party in Nigeria to use that in order to get that bulk vote from the northern Nigeria. That is not going to work anymore. So because of that, the president has devised a lot of, you know, strategy in order to ensure that even if the North maintained its position as a vote bank of the country, those votes are not going to come in consolidation, like a consolidated vote coming to a particular political party. But that notwithstanding, Nigerians are feeling the heat. Nigerians are feeling the heat from all cylinders, you know, be it insecurity, be it economy, be it, you know, misgovernance, be it, you know, a lot of things. Nigerians are feeling it.
The North also says that it is the most heat of all the, you know, difficult times and hard times that Nigeria is going through. You just mentioned insecurity, unemployment,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
that out of school going children, all of that is playing out. But again, it is the leaders of the North, again, that are, just like we said earlier, rallying around the president to make sure that he secures the elections for 2027. Now, we're thinking about how that works for you.
You know, the problem with Nigerian politicians, Mr. Toyin, their majority, most of them, are after their self-seeking interest.
You're not one of them.
Well, I cannot speak like, I cannot blow my own trumpet to say that I'm not one of them. But, you know, action speaks louder than words. The people who knows me, who know me, they know that, they know what I can do, they know what I cannot do. So for me to come out and say I'm not one of them, you know, I will not be in that position to say that. But to be very honest, Mr. Toyin, politicians, most of them are pursuing their selfish interest, regardless of the consequences and the outcome, the final result. They don't care. Whatever their region or their communities are passing through, they don't care about it. All they are after is their own interest, if at the end of the day it will be achieved. And that is not good for us. That is not good for our country. That is why if you look at what is playing out now, you see it will be encouraging to see that certain political parties are playing different methodology or different games from what we used to see among the political parties. But unfortunately, you will see most of them are equally playing along, playing the same pattern, playing the same strategy, which at the end of the day will bring us back to the situation or to the position we are all crying for. So this is not good for Nigeria, this is not good for us, and this will not take us anywhere.
Okay, all right. Mazi, just some few minutes to go. One or two comments that on our Facebook page. Well, sorry we could not take all the calls and comments from our Facebook page. We're streaming live for this program on our Facebook page, and of course on numbers to call to be part of this program. But let's just get some of the things coming out here.
All right, this one say good morning, Oga Toyin, our guest in the studios, and Invicta family. May God continue to bless everybody and 2027 election and bless our dear nation. That one is coming from Vera Audi, and then Ma Olebara is saying, Dr. Mrs. Ma Olebara from Vera, I wonder what they are teaching our youths with this their counting 1, 2, 3, 10 to 100, 1,000. All we need in 2027 is free, fair, transparent, and peaceful election. We must reject vote buying and elections malpractices that kept us where we are today. We must get it right in 2027. And then Daniel Aldo says, so interesting, I can now watch Invicta from my village. Okay. And
this will do. Jalal, you have to give us your last line. With almost drawing curtains on the program.
Well, my last line, Mr. Toyin, is that Nigerians should be focused. It's not all about voting a particular political party, but we should focus on voting the right candidates, because voting a political party altogether, its candidate and what have you, will not take us anywhere. We have seen what happened in 2015. So let us not allow that to repeat itself. Let's vote for people who have credibility, who have the interests of Nigeria at heart, because by doing that is only what will take us out of the situation that is not palatable to all of us.
We thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much for this platform, Mr.
Thank
Toyin.
you. And that will just be the size of it on Perspectives this morning. Our guest, Jalal FALAL, a youth activist, public affairs analyst, and a strong member of the youth wing of the PDP, putting his thoughts on developing stories in Nigeria. We'll come back with Perspectives tomorrow. Adamazi, thank you for connecting us to people. And Neighbor, thank you for being part of it. And we'll see you tomorrow on the program Perspectives. Good morning.
Invicta 98.9 FM.
Lokacin jin daɗi sai Kivo Krima.
Idan na sha ko lokacin shagari sai Kivo.
Across Nigeria, MTN Foundation has impacted 600 plus communities with the What Can We Do Together initiative, inspired